My name is Allison Cooper, and this is a presentation on the Action Research Project titled Homeschool Communications at Bridgeview Elementary. The main problem that drove this research is that parents and teachers often feel that there is a lack of communication between home and school. Currently, teachers are required to use ClassDojo on a daily basis. ClassDojo is an app and a website that helps teachers communicate with parents at home. It allows teachers to upload e-portfolios, send private messages, and post to a class story page. Overall, there is a need for improved effectiveness of the use of ClassDojo. 3 questions guided this research. Number 1. What is the current state of homeschool communications at Bridgeview Elementary? Number 2. Is ClassDojo an effective program to use to improve homeschool communications? And number 3. How does setting expectations for teachers when using ClassDojo improve the effectiveness of the program and homeschool communications? There is a lot of background literature that supports this research. According to research by Thompson, Mazur, and Flood, smartphones have led to increased parental contact and involvement in school. So naturally, ClassDojo has an advantage over traditional methods of homeschool communications. In addition, the Higgins and Charrington study indicated that two-way communication helps parents feel more involved in their child's education. This suggests that ClassDojo could be an effective communication tool for interaction between teachers and families because one example of two-way communication is an e-portfolio. The Higgins and Charrington study also revealed that 75% of parents and 100% of teachers felt that the use of e-portfolios helped strengthen homeschool communications. The Patton study showed that consistent communication between parents and teachers is needed in order to create successful relationships that will benefit the students. Because of this, teachers should create goals to maintain consistent communication. Lastly, the Arriaga and Longoria study showed that by having goals set out, one is more likely to achieve those goals. So taken all together, there is good evidence that ClassDojo can be used to improve homeschool communications and that setting teacher expectations can help to achieve that improvement. To begin the research, a survey was conducted to receive feedback on the current status of ClassDojo from the teachers' perspectives. A separate parent survey was also given. The goal of the first set of surveys was to help answer the first research question: is ClassDojo an effective program to use to improve homeschool communications? Based on the survey feedback I received from teachers and parents, I created expectations for teachers to meet when using ClassDojo during the school year. I then communicated the established expectations to both teachers and parents, and another survey was given for parents to take concerning their prospective actions and responses to ClassDojo in the case that the teacher expectations would be followed during the upcoming school year. I also gave the teachers a survey to gain their feedback on the expectations set forth for them. The goal of the second set of surveys was to help answer the second research question: how does setting expectations for teachers when using ClassDojo improve the effectiveness of the program and homeschool communications? Using the data and research studies that directly relate to my own research, I then evaluated the effectiveness of ClassDojo when used properly and effectively by comparing the parent and teacher surveys of the current status of ClassDojo with the effectiveness of ClassDojo as portrayed in the results of the second set of parent-teacher surveys, when set expectations for teachers to follow were established. This data, in addition to keeping a formal researcher's journal to record research that supported my focus and reviewing prior studies on the topic, served as a source to help me answer both of my research questions and the overall question: what is the current state of homeschool communications at Bridgeview Elementary? On this slide, you can see my schedule for data collection over a course of 8 weeks. To review specifically what was completed each week, please pause the video. These are the results for research questions 1 and 2. On the original teacher survey that was given to assess the current status of ClassDojo at Bridgeview Elementary, answers indicated that class sizes ranged from 18 to 23 students, with the largest number of unconnected parents on the app being 3. 8 out of 11 teachers indicated that only 0 to 2 parents were unconnected on the app. This shows that the majority of parents at Bridgeview use the app to communicate. Teachers generally post 2 to 3 times per week on the class story page, and while most teachers get 2 to 3 likes on their posts, over 70% of teachers get more than 10 views on each post. This indicates that parents are using ClassDojo to keep up with what is going on in their child's classroom. 64% of teachers communicate directly with 2 to 3 parents per day using the app, while 27% of teachers communicate directly with 4 to 5 parents per day. The teachers' answers indicated that the biggest downfall about ClassDojo is that they receive numerous messages all day long and cannot keep up with the responses throughout the school day, and they felt that some parents and teachers do not use ClassDojo in a proper manner. It was indicated that parents tend to get more frustrated behind a screen and do not feel that they need to come face-to-face meetings since they can use ClassDojo similarly to that of a texting service. 100% of parents who took the survey indicated that teachers post pictures of students and classroom activities to the ClassDojo app and website. 43% of parents feel mostly involved in their child's education and classroom and school happenings through the ClassDojo app or website, while 36% feel extremely involved. The large majority of parents wish to see more pictures of their child's ClassDojo page, but their favorite thing about ClassDojo was the convenience of being able to contact the teacher at any time and receive a quick response. Parents' least favorite thing about ClassDojo was that not all teachers use it in the same way, and that some teachers do not answer messages or questions in what they consider to be a reasonable amount of time. So using the information from these surveys, it can be concluded that ClassDojo is an effective program to use to improve homeschool communications. Taking a look at the third and final research question, on this slide you can see the teacher expectations created for teachers using ClassDojo on a daily basis. Please pause the video to review these expectations in greater detail. After setting the expectations seen on the previous slide, I created a second set of surveys and sent them to the parents and teachers to receive their feedback about the potential effectiveness of the expectations in improving homeschool communications. Responses indicated that 75% of teachers felt that the expectations were very effective, and 13% of teachers felt that they were extremely effective. Looking at the parent survey, 80% felt that the expectations were very effective, whereas 20% of parents felt that they were somewhat effective. Parents responded that they believe these expectations will help improve homeschool communications and help parents feel more involved in their child's classroom. 100% of parents who took the survey said that they would feel more involved in their child's education than they previously did if these expectations were to be fully implemented. 80% of parents stated that they would volunteer more at Bridgeview Elementary if homeschool communications improved, and 100% of parents stated that they believe the expectations will improve homeschool communications. When the teachers were asked for feedback on the set expectations, some expressed discontent with the amount of work samples posted. One teacher explained that it's difficult to post a certain number of student samples for each student due to incomplete work, absences, etc. Another teacher expressed discontent with the expectation of replying to a message within 24 hours and would rather it be 36 to 48 hours due to weekends or days off. 5 out of 8 teachers made the comment that they believed that they would see improvement in homeschool communication if these expectations were implemented. Overall, both parents and teachers believed that the expectations set forth for teachers to follow when using ClassDojo would improve homeschool communications. 3 themes emerged from analyzing the surveys in the research journal. Number 1, the current status of ClassDojo is effective, but it could be improved. Number 2, setting expectations for teachers when using ClassDojo improves the effectiveness of the program and homeschool communications. And number 3, teachers and parents feel a stronger sense of communication between home and school when ClassDojo is used. Based on the research results, I recommend fully implementing the teacher expectations in the previous slide. To do this, I recommend introducing the teachers to the expectations at the beginning of the school year and also sending a copy home to all parents so that they're aware of how ClassDojo will be used. At the end of the school year, a survey should be given to parents and teachers to receive follow-up feedback about whether homeschool communications truly improved because of the expectations that were set forth. This is a list of references used throughout my study. Thank you for taking the time to view my action research presentation.